get to that side of myself.
Good morning. Of course, we're going to start with an A380, aren't we? This is London Heathrow. How are we all? Welcome along. Super bright, early Sunday morning. And what a way to start. Etihad in from Abu Dhabi. And that's going to kick us off for a lovely morning of plane spotting. If you're new to the channel, drop into the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Hope you've all had a good weekend so far. And let's hope that watching Heathrow live adds to your weekend entertainment. So as I said, that was Etihad A380 in from Abu Dhabi. Got StatCam up and running again. Back and fully refreshed from a nice short break out in Dubai. And ready to bring you another live show. Our next arrival will be American 108 coming in from Boston. That's a 777-200. And as you can see, early on a Sunday morning, as with any morning here at Heathrow, is heavy central. So sit back, relax, get yourself a nice cuppa, and let us take care of business here at Myrtle Avenue for southern runway arrivals. That is 27 left. What a morning. Beautiful American 777 touching down on Heathrow's southern runway. Glorious scenes here at Heathrow. Let's go through the chat just quick then. Canal, good morning to you. Paul's hijinks, welcome back. Hope you're well. The early bird does catch the worm, no doubt. Mahmood checking in from America. Welcome to you. Was a lovely landing, wasn't it? Paul, yes, kind of missed all the rain. It was nice to come back to some cooler temperatures, it must be said. But it's all good. King Bob 99, good morning to you. Welcome along. Me, myself, welcome back. Lee Highbury Halls, off to Dubai. Oh, lovely. And first flight on an A380, you will love it. Absolutely fantastic aircraft to fly on. You won't be disappointed. Nick Lamb, good morning to you. Hope you're well. And everybody else that's up bright and early this Sunday morning, welcome along to Heathrow Live. My name is Jay. I'm your host for this morning's plane spotting activities. About to touch down. American. No, not American, silly boy. Tianjin Airlines. A330. That would be the quickest go around in history, wouldn't it, if that was still American 108? Time for Jay to wake up, methinks. So, StatCam struggling a bit because the sun is directly in front of the lens. That'll ease off as the sun moves up higher into the sky. Noisy reversers from that A330. Next arrival, Delta Flight 10. That's coming in from Minneapolis. That's another A330. And as we look in the stack, following that in, Gulf Air, really looking forward to this one. Retro livery, one of my favourite colour schemes out there at the moment. Then we have a BA in from Frankfurt, a little short haul. And then second King of the Skies in very short order here at Heathrow. That one, British Airways in from Miami. That sun is directly in line with our StatCam. Thank you, Mahmood. Glad you're enjoying everything. You don't have to be rich to go to Dubai. I wouldn't go. They never pay me enough. That was only a short trip, but we are looking to be back there Christmas or New Year, so not long to wait for a return. Retro Gulf Air looking absolutely sweet in the early morning sunshine here in London. So next in then, first short haul of today's show, British Airways 901. This is an A320-200 in from Frankfurt. And yet to drop the landing gear is the British Airways King of the Skies. That's flight 206 from Miami. Looking super imposing there on StatCam. Like I said, Paul, you don't have to be rich to go there. You just have to be smart. Having said that, going there in August probably isn't smart. But it was a great holiday. Lots of swimming. Nice to have some lovely hot weather that you know is going to be there. And I heard it was pretty rotten back here, so that makes it all the better, doesn't it? Lee Shea, good morning to you. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. Hope you're having a good weekend. Emma, morning to you also. Hope you're well. So following this beautiful King of the Skies in, less than a minute out now, will be Qatar Airways A350-900. That one coming in from Doha, flight 107. Lovely looking aircraft, 350, especially in the Qatar colours. But for now, let's focus on the King. Beautifully smooth approach and landing from the British Airways A380 King of the Skies. Doesn't appear to be a breath of wind here south of the runway today. I don't think that's going to last. Looking at the forecast, it's supposed to get proper windy later on this afternoon. And of course, the sun will disappear. So on approach then is our Qatar A350. Following her in, British Airways 294, that's a 777-300, inbound from Chicago. We really need that sun to lift up in the sky a bit more, don't we? Taking up a slightly different position here in the park at Myrtle Avenue so that we're not fighting that tree quite so much. That will get cut down before long. They get rid of it, chop it right back in the winter. So that'll be great views through till sort of May next year, when it goes crazy again. So on the back of the stack, as you look at it, Saudia flight 111, that's coming in from Riyadh, another 777-300. So as we wait for our next arrival, a cheeky little weather update, which we're rather fond of here on the channel. So here at Heathrow, we're on visual flight rules. There is no ceiling for the cloud base, which you can see because it's pure sunshine. Visibility 6.25 miles plus. Wind direction 230. So just off the left for the pilots, and 9 miles an hour. And of course we're still hanging on to summer here, so things are warming up rather nicely. There's a little bit of a chill in the air on the way over this morning. You know you're sort of coming towards the end of summer when you can see your breath in the air early doors. But it's going to be a lovely morning. Can't vouch for the afternoon, but I'm not worried about that. Next arrival then is the Saudia 777-300. We have a couple of short hauls. Eurowings in from Dusseldorf and a British Airways shuttle from Newcastle. And right on the back of the stack, just about see it there in the bright light of the morning. Air Canada 777-300ER. That's flight 854 in from Toronto. Split Scimitar, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Steve C, welcome back. The legend, I hope you're well. Morning, Aaron Michaels. Welcome along. Up early. It's always nice to attack the day, isn't it? Steve C, as always, please feel free to put updates in the live chat. For those who don't know, Steve is over at London City Airport, or very near to it. And when we're on westerlies, as we are today, everything pretty much will come across overfly London City or just north of it. So he'll see everything that we see probably 3 or 4 minutes before we do, which when he's on the show is very handy for everybody. So this one, Air Baltic A220 with a Eurowings flight code. So just the shuttle to go, and then another run of heavies. Kicking off with the Air Canada, following that in, another Saudia, 777-300, and then Virgin Atlantic, A350-1000. That one inbound from Orlando. I love that sort of information, Steve. It's fascinating, isn't it? The reasons behind the naming of planes, those that do it. Jag, welcome back. 1:15 in the morning. Dedication, love it. Hope you're well, sir. Petros, good morning to you. Checking in from Athens. I hope you're well. No problems whatsoever for the flight crews this morning. Beautifully still morning here at Heathrow. Next arrival then, just disappearing to the left of StatCam. Saudi Air Flight 119, inbound from Riyadh. 6 hours 20 minutes in the air for this one. 7-year-old 777-300. Vic M, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for joining us nice and early to catch all the nice overnight heavy arrivals and a few short hauls mixed in. Aaron, yeah, the sun is directly in line with the stack. It will move up eventually. Jag, thank you. We had a lovely time. Always goes too quick, doesn't it? As I mentioned earlier on, we're planning for Christmas or New Year for a return, so not long to wait for some more sun, and it's lovely over there in the winter. A bit more manageable. Trent Hunter, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. Next in then, Virgin Flight 92. That's coming in from Orlando, A350 1000. Taking centre stage, if you can see through the bright sun. United 231. That's in from LAX on a 787-9. Interestingly, that very aircraft, just before I went off to sleepy buys last night, I just had a look at what was coming in, what would be around when we went live, and that was just departing LAX. So for the whole time I was asleep, that one was doing its thing over the Atlantic. I did have a sneaky look to see how many A380s we were expecting for today's show, but everything is pretty much running half an hour early, which is nice if you're on board, but means we missed a few. Not to worry. So United 787-9 next in. Following her in, just dropped the landing gear on approach. British Airways 246. That one an A350 1000 in from Sao Paulo. Lambo, good morning to you. Welcome along. Making it all look so easy this morning, aren't they? They must love it when there's nothing to really think about other than the normal prep for landing. Drone Hunter, it is on. It's just not picking up much today. We do have that issue sometimes at Heathrow. I think it's caused because they work on a frequency that's just off of what the scanners can pick up, sort of by 0.5. So it doesn't always come through. There has been a few bits on there. Another short haul next. KLM flight 1001 from Amsterdam. This is one of their 737-800s. Hot on the heels of that one. Chasing it down, it looks like. Singapore Airlines Bigfoot 777-300. Just a short 13 hours in the air for the Singapore. Rob Knight TV, good morning to you. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. You join us live from Myrtle Avenue, catching arrivals onto Heathrow's southern runway. That is 27 left, and it is glorious. Very little wind around, although it is due to pick up during today's show. And as you can see, it's unbelievably bright this morning. Paul's hijinks, fair point. Virtual Airport and plane spotted, checking in from Mexico. Good morning to you. So as we await the arrival of the Singapore 777-300, plane you can see on StatCam is American 736. That's coming in from Philly. -9 Dreamliner, following her in. British Airways flight 138 from Mumbai. That's the smaller 777-200. Yeah, it is crazy bright, isn't it? The sun is literally right in front of the lens. So it will move. Have faith, sir. So disappearing off screen is the American Dreamliner, leaving the British Airways 777-200 in full view. Somewhere out there in the bright haze is another shuttle service. That one's coming in from Edinburgh on an A321neo. I should supply sunglasses for StatCam, shouldn't I, when it's like this? I can't even see with the naked eye any of it. So the camera's doing okay. Cooling down. I don't mind the heat, Jag. I saw one of your Insta posts the other day berating the Texas summer. I don't mind it at all. I adjust quite well, so yeah, it doesn't take long. I was actually looking forward to arriving in Dubai, knowing just how hot it is, even in the middle of the night over there. That sort of opening the oven door feeling is amazing. 42, that's nothing. It was 49 where we were. Thank you for the update, Steve C. Yeah, Delta 1 should be that lovely repainted LA Olympics A350 really, shouldn't it? Don't know if you've seen that. Amazing colour scheme. That would do quite nicely, wouldn't it? So a little shuttle service in from Edinburgh. 1 hour, 4 minutes in the skies for that one. Following her inbound from Prague on an A319-100. It's British Airways 853. And then lurking in the haze, in the sunshine, United 880. That's a 777-200. And that's inbound from Houston. British Airways shuttle giving us some lovely ribbons. Shows there's still quite a lot of moisture in the air from the recent storms. There were some classic storms here yesterday. Big Jet was out catching the wet runway action. I'd much rather be here in a t-shirt with blue skies, if I'm perfectly honest. I think the thing about hot weather, and it was particularly obvious for our latest little holiday, is it really is about moisture in the air, isn't it, and humidity. So for the whole time we were away, the winds, unusually for Dubai, were coming off the desert rather than off the Gulf. So it was definitely hotter than it would be, but it was also a lot drier. Next in then, United 880 from Houston, 777-200. And then sandwiched between that one and the next heavy is British Airways 751 from Basel, a little A319. And then Delta 1 that Steve C already mentioned. So as we wait the next arrival, we can hear the airport ops team doing their best to scare away the birds. Steve C, yeah, I didn't know that either. Poor Boeing in the headlines again this week for all the wrong reasons, weren't they? Having to stop their certification process and flight tests for the new 777. Wonder whether we'll ever actually see that in normal passenger operations. So as Delta 1, 767-400 disappears off to the side of StatCam, taking centre stage is British Airways flight 124. That's in from Bahrain. Another 777, 200 ER for the British Airways. Flight time 6 hours and 40. And then you can just about see in amongst the super bright sunshine at the back of the stack at the moment, American 136, that's another inbound from LAX, and another 777, that one the bigger 300 ER.
Left, clear to land, Delta 1.
Delta 1 going a little bit long for touchdown, bit floaty. Steve C, yeah, they're having terrible problems, aren't they? Not just with the new 777, but lots of negative press over the last few years. The issue with the flight certification, or the latest issue, is to do with the transfer of power from the engines through the pylons. Another beautifully smooth approach and landing from a 777, that one British Airways. Yeah, in simple terms, a titanium piece that's super important because it's one of two that keeps the engine attached to the wing. After the latest test flight, one of them was snapped, the other was cracked, and when they checked all their other test aircraft, they were all showing the same signs of wear, so stopped in an instant, unfortunately. Dalroy Costello, good morning. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. We're catching arrivals onto Heathrow Southern Runway. Thank you for that update about the retro that's not really retro. It looks good, and that's what matters. Once again, a very good morning to everybody that's chosen to spend some time with us here at Heathrow Live on this beautifully sunny August Sunday morning. Gorgeous weather to be out plane spotting. Welcome along, it's great to have your company. So just disappearing from StatCam, Air India, that's flight 161 from Delhi. It's a 777 train. That one's a 300, following her in. British Airways 158 from Bermuda. Oh, lovely. 777-200, that one. Excellent scenes for all you 777 fans out there. Now I'm led to believe, looking at the Air India there, that we're due to get, is it a 350 in their new colours at some point here at Heathrow? If anyone knows for sure what the deal is with that, please let me know. So definitely want to catch that one. As always, Steve C, brilliant info. Were you in business class? So for those of you watching this morning, not quite sure what's going on with StatCam, the sun is directly in the flight path at the moment. It is rising very slowly and moving around, so we should get some much better images from StatCam as our show goes on. So as we had the 777 train, now we have the A319 train, 3 of them in a row. First of them's British Airways flight 377, that's coming in from Toulouse. Then we have The second, British Airways 319, inbound from Hamburg. And the third of the hat-trick, in from Dusseldorf. Very nice too, Steve. Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting when the lovely Angelina was on a 777-200 British Airways that was, I think it was 24 or 26 years old. And she got upgraded to premium economy, not quite business, but she absolutely loved it. And it just shows, doesn't it? The airframe isn't the be-all and end-all, because we don't worry about the engines and fuselage and paint jobs so much, do we, when we're on board? We just want nice, comfy, clean plane to sit in with some good entertainment. Dalroy, excellent information. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Really looking forward to seeing that here in London. Nice bold new livery from Air India. Steve, those over-the-shoulder seat belts, are they just for the rear-facing seats in business class, or is it all of them? Steve, it is the little things, isn't it? Absolutely. Well, that's interesting. All forward facing. Must look quite unusual for those that are used to business being one of each. Next of our many short hauls to arrive here on 27 left, Air France, flight 7550. Again, an A319, this one in from Nice. Following closely behind, first Lufthansa of today's show, flight 924 from Frankfurt. That one, the slightly bigger A320neo. Another 777-300 on the horizon. That one in from JFK, flight number 116 for British Airways. In the distance, yet another A319. That one British Airways heading in from Belfast. As we await the big 777-300. Just 6 hours flight time from New York.
Land 379, 116.
Jack, it really is squint cam, isn't it? Steve C, yeah, I did read that press release, and that's kind of standard for Boeing these days, isn't it? They know they're in all sorts of trouble. It's just one thing after another piling on. But if you play it down, people won't worry so much. I mean, why would you worry about the engine mounts to the wing being dodgy? I mean, so long as you're getting upgraded, bit of business class, you're not going to worry about the engines, are you? You're worried about your fillet steak and your champagne. Next couple of arrivals then. First in, British Airways shuttle service, flight 1339 from Jersey. One of the shortest flights over to Heathrow, 39 minutes for that one. Take longer to board, wouldn't it? Following her in, inbound from Berlin on an A320-200 is British Airways flight 981. Third in the stack, first Aer Lingus of today, flight 152. That one coming in from Dublin. StatCam picking up our next heavy arrival. This one, American Flight 20, 777-300ER. 8.5 hours flight time from Dallas. I knew that would wake you up, Jack. The Dallas, Texas. In the background, Virgin 158 in from Boston. It's an A330-300. I don't know why, but I always look at A330s as being quite old. That one, 12 years old, so not bad at all. I think it's because the Neo 330s have been around a little while now. So as we await the arrival of American 20 777-300, we can see the Virgin A330, and then, funnily enough, just talking about it, Virgin 6 from Miami, and that is a 330 Neo. So we get to see the older version and the newer back to back.
Total land 27 left, American 100.
just about see on squint cam, the phrase coined by Jag in the chat. United 904. That is a 767-300 inbound from New York. Can't quite see them turning on while it's so bright. Steve, you really are the font of all knowledge. It's great to have you as part of the Heathrow Live family. Thank you for your insights and background. It's brilliant. Klaus, good morning to you. I'm assuming from the flag you're checking in from the US. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, there we go. Klaus checking in from San Fran. A very warm welcome to you. Lovely sunny Heathrow Airport this Sunday morning. And plenty of action to keep us going. Next in then is the A330neo from Virgin Atlantic. That's coming in from Miami. Joining the back of the stack, Austrian Airlines. That's flight 451 from Vienna. A little A320neo. A very warm welcome also to Michelle Delay. Michelle checking in from Vancouver this morning. Some nice trails from this 330neo. So our next arrival is United 904. This one sporting the Star Alliance livery. Just short of 6.5 hours across the pond from New York. 31 years old, this one. 767-300. Queen of the Skies, Steve C. Not to be confused with our 747s that we love to see. Nice tribute nonetheless. United looking pretty sweet in the Star Alliance livery. Quite different from the normal. Striking with the blue engines contrasting. Lambo, yeah, it is massive, isn't it? It'll be nice to see when it finally comes into service, hoping it does so. It's been absolutely plagued with problems, hasn't it? I know that Emirates have threatened more than once to pull out of their orders. They've obviously stocked up on a number of A350s, which will come into service in the autumn this year. Next couple of arrivals then, here on Heathrow's southern runway. We've got the Austrian in from Vienna, A320neo. Also on an A320neo, it's British Airways shuttle service. That one hopping over from Nice. The Austrian looking nice and clean in the bright sunshine. Cheeky little bandit mask on the cockpit windows. Got another A220 in the stack. That is Swiss 352 from Geneva.
Stand after the Oscar 320, become 92.341.
Next in then is the Swiss A220, sleek looking little jet. And we have a Lufthansa in from Munich, back of the stack as we can see it now. British Airways, that one an A320, that's coming in from Gothenburg. Very smart. Steve C will be used to seeing them over at London City. More and more of those coming into that smaller airport. So on the back of the stack now, we can see Ethiopian Flight 700. That's an A350-900. Made up a bit of time because it left 2 hours late. And it's an hour and a quarter late getting in, so it's made up nearly an hour. What I find incredible is just how little of the available power these commercial jets use until they actually need to. I was on a flight earlier this year that was nearly 3 hours late departing, and they clawed back the best part of 2 of those en route just by speeding up. But of course, more speed and more power means more fuel and more expense. So they're quite happy to amble along when they can. So next arrival here on the south side, London Heathrow Airport, British Airways flight 803. That's coming in from Gothenburg on an A320. Just getting back to the chat, it's quite telling, isn't it? It's an American company and no US airlines have orders in for the 777X. It'll be interesting to see, once it is in service, how well it actually does. You sort of get that feeling it could be A380 2.0, where it's just too big for airlines to take a gamble on it. They're quite comfortable with 350s and 777s. Aaron, I'm not sure what you mean, but thank you. Klaus loving the A220. You and me both, Klaus. Very smart little jet. Kind of odd that it fits the Airbus family, because obviously it certainly wasn't an Airbus company, but very similar styling, isn't it? Yeah, that is fascinating, Steve. There we go. We have our standard sirens and blue lights that we always pick up at any Heathrow live show. Never fails, does it? Certainly looks like London City has carved out a lovely little niche for itself, hasn't it? And with these newer generation, really efficient jets, it's a nice bright future. So just about to touch down. British Airways flight 947. It's a shuttle service coming down from Manchester. Statcam picking up the gorgeous sight of two big heavies making their way in to 27 left. First of those in from New York JFK on a 777-300, British Airways flight 172. Following that in, another British Airways, this time from Rio de Janeiro. It's a 777-200. Big bruiser. They look massive when you've seen a few short hauls in a row, don't they? None more so than the A380. Excellent queue of planes being picked up by Statcam now as the sun's ever so slowly moving higher into the sky. Just about to join that stack is United 920. That's a 767-300 coming in from Chicago. There she comes. Bottom right of the screen as we look at it. It's amazing just how big 777s actually are. When I was over at T5 awaiting departure last week, our aircraft, which was a Dash 9 Dreamliner, was parked next to or between two 777s. And yeah, they still dwarfed it. They're just so chunky. Three short hauls then before our next heavy. First of those, British Airways inbound from Amsterdam. Nice selection, Lambo. Yeah, it's a shame we don't see Air New Zealand over here anymore. And I've only ever seen the Air Tahiti Nui on some of the LAX streams. Nice colourful livery, that one. Steve, we know how to queue, don't we? It is very orderly. Virtual Airport on plane spotting, enjoying the views that StatCam gives us. Yeah, those Dash 8 Dreamliners really quite stubby. We flew back on a Dash 8. Still perfectly fine inside, just a lot shorter. Jag, enjoy the rest of your weekend and your sleep. Great to have you along yet again. Thanks for your support. Take care, buddy. Air New Zealand 747. Wonderful. Never even seen one. It's nice to have those moments you can look back on, isn't it? I've only ever been on one Queen of the Skies. That was a British Airways from here. And it was a terrible experience, I'm sad to say, but not to worry. I still managed to get on one. We lost a couple of nice airlines here at Heathrow, Air New Zealand being one of them. South African Airways, I used to look forward to seeing. Lovely tail pattern on it, but alas, no more. Excellent Lambo. Like I say, yeah, every now and then you'll catch something or you'll get a chance to fly on something that ends up being a piece of history. So just disappearing off of StatCam. Our next arrival is Virgin 104. That's a 350-1000 inbound from Atlanta. And would you look at that? We've got an empty StatCam. Don't see that very often here at Heathrow. Never stays empty for long, does it, StatCam? So hanging out there in the haze. Air France 1680, that's coming in from Paris Charles de Gaulle. A320-300. Following that in, Bulgaria Air, inbound from Sofia. Another A320-300. Don't think I can remember having back-to-back A220s. It just shows how popular they're getting. And third in the queue to land here on the southern runway, Aer Lingus flight 710. We've got a pigeon on StatCam. Brilliant. The Aer Lingus coming in from Cork. It's an A320neo. So whilst we watch these planes approaching, slowly but surely, heading in to runway 27 left here at Heathrow. A very warm welcome to all those that have joined us slightly later for today's live show. It's great to have you with us here on this beautiful Sunday morning. And of course, as always, if you're enjoying what you're seeing and you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. It doesn't cost anything and it feeds the YouTube beast. Gets the show promoted on the recommended line on YouTube, which is always helpful. It's a great way to support the channel and we'd much appreciate it. So 3 in the stack then. At the back, in third position, is Swiss Flight 316. It's an A321neo. That's coming in from Zurich. Max Ben, good morning to you. Welcome along.
Bravo 3, hold short. Crossing 27 now, not doing it. Right down, hold 7, and not doing it.
Super smart looking Air France A220 touching down. And that little braking proceedings was perfect for me to snaffle a chocolate bar, and then I nearly choked on it. Best laid plans. Next in then, another A220. That's the Swiss from Zurich, flight 316. Talking absolute waffle, aren't I? This is the Bulgaria Air A220. Heathrow ground ops doing their thing again with the fireworks to scare the birds. Worked an absolute treat that time. Don't realise just how many there are on the approach to this runway. The southern runway is surrounded by green open land, so perfect for birds to roost and therefore lurk around the airport. And boy, do they do that. So as we watch the Aer Lingus inbound from Cork landing here on 27 left. A very good morning to Ira Rowe, checking in from, where are we going? Virginia. Very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well, enjoying your Sunday. Nick Fazy, good morning to you. Busy at work, very nice. You've missed many 777s this morning. Almost too many, shall we say. Good morning, Travis the Third. I hope you're well. Sharp Fitness Look, good morning to you. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. Normal ops like this, apart from the little gap we just had, roughly 90 seconds between arrivals, which, as you can imagine, is a tight squeeze at times because you're relying on the aircraft that's just landed in front of you, vacating the runway nice and quickly. They don't always do that, which leads to quite often go arounds. We've seen quite a few of those recently on our live shows. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate your support. Travis, lots and lots of Dreamliners in this morning, along with 777s. Very popular aircraft, especially with British Airways. Next arrival will be British Airways shuttle service coming down from Inverness. 1 hour 21 flight time for that one. And then we have Egypt Air bringing in their A320neo from Cairo. Nearly 5 hours for those on board that single aisle.
Clear to land, 37 left, shuttle 17 left.
So as we look at the stack, queuing up behind the Egypt Air, which is our next arrival, we've got a British Airways 320, that's coming in from Zurich. Then a 321 from British Airways again, that one inbound from Copenhagen. Looming large in the background, fourth to arrive, American 86. That is a Dreamliner -9, and that's coming in from Chicago. Travis, this is 27 left, so it's the southern of the two runways, used just for arrivals through till 3 o'clock, and then it will be used just for departures. Sharp fitness look, yeah, there's plenty of choice for live streams from Heathrow, which can only be a good thing for you viewers, because you pick what you like, which is great. I've only met a handful of other streamers here, and they've all been lovely, so yeah, no issues. Much the same as up in Manchester, where there's plenty of live stream channels working out of Manchester, and for the most part, super friendly. I suppose it's just a reflection of the aviation community as a whole, isn't it? I think most people with a shared interest are going to get on. Steve, see, that's crazy, isn't it? I wouldn't have put the number that high. It just shows. When I'm doing these shows, I can get a grip of what's on the way in, sort of the next 4 or 5 maybe, or if there's something I'm particularly looking out for. But I couldn't tell you what's gone past my eyes. There's too many too quick. There's been many a time when I've checked a stream after I've finished a show. I've thought, oh, I didn't realise that came in. And I'm the one filming it. Ridiculous. What a great shot that is. Absolutely love when they're out there without their landing gear deployed. As I say that, you can see the main gear dropping. Sharp fitness look. Yeah, there is a sort of raised area over on the north side, looking at 27 right. It's just not very good. They've planted a whole load of trees at the far side of the car park directly in front of it. As we see the American Dreamliner floating in, nice and calm. Yeah, they've basically, the platform overlooks a BA staff car park, I think it is. And at the far end of that, they planted loads of trees which have grown magnificently if you're into trees, but they've created a wall that completely blocks out most of what you used to be able to see. And it's just not high enough. Bit of a shame. Next arrival then, British Airways Flight 52, 777-200, this one inbound from Seattle. Nice to see the stack getting busy again after that little gap we witnessed earlier on. Front of the stack, British Airways 723, that's an A320-200 coming in from Geneva. Hot on its heels, United 929, that's a 767-300 coming in from Chicago. 24 years old, that's 767. And then third in the queue, Air Canada 856, that's a -9 Dreamliner coming in from Toronto. And back of the stack, number 4 to land, British Airways Flight 699, that's coming in from Vienna on an A320-200. Good morning, Nicholas Smith. Welcome along to Heathrow Live. I hope you're well, enjoying your weekend. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with us. United 767. That's been around, seen a few things in its lifetime, hasn't it? A couple of decades flying the skies. So next in then is our 787-9 Dreamliner, Air Canada, in the new livery, in from Toronto.
Heavies 27 left, Canada 856.
Three short hauls next to arrive into runway 27 left here at Heathrow, as we can hear some more fireworks being set off by the ground crews. Next in, BA 699 from Vienna. Bang on 2 hours in the air for this one. Nicholas Smith, not jealous at all. That sounds amazing. Travis, yes it is. It is a very, very busy airport. And of course, whenever I talk about how busy it is, I always like to give credit and a shout out to the tower and the great work they do to organise this massive chess game. They somehow managed to move these pieces around. Hundreds and hundreds of arrivals and departures every day, and they do it flawlessly. There we go, Qatar A380. The tail is just absolutely enormous. Scandinavian A320 about to touch down. That Qatar obviously moved away from T4 for departure on the northern runway. There's been a couple of times when I've streamed from this location here at Myrtle Avenue, and it's been waiting to cross 27 left, as it just did there. and it's literally right by the road. And yeah, I've flown on a good few A380s. You don't get any concept of just how massive they are when you walk along a jet bridge to get on it. When you're standing next to it, unbelievably big. Travis, I'm sure we'll still be here or hereabouts at 10. Since it's nearly 9 now, I can't believe how quick the first couple of hours have gone. What a very apt name for the Scandinavian. That's brilliant. So just being given clearance to land is British Airways 202. It's coming in from Boston, 777-200ER. Next arrival, another heavy. This one, the largest of the Dreamliner series, Dash 10. British Airways flight 188. This is coming in from New York. Just over 6 hours in the air for this one. And at the other end of the scale, following that in, we have JetBlue's A321, also coming in from New York. Slightly different size aircraft. I know which one I'd rather be on. Stretch Dreamliner there with a nice easy touchdown. Nick Fazy, you and your A380s. I think we've had 3 on today's show. So JetBlue next in, following that. Aer Lingus in from Dublin. And then we have another heavy. Virgin Atlantic flight 154 from JFK. That's a 330-300. And then another stretch Dreamliner, the Dash 10. Again, British Airways, that's flight 298 from Chicago. Definitely getting a better view from StatCam now that the sun's moved around, but it's been replaced with heat haze. Not complaining by any stretch. I'd rather it warm. That was JetBlue in from New York. Seen their, they've sent their all blue colour scheme over a couple of times. Not managed to catch one on a live show. I'm sure it's not far away there. So as we watch the Virgin A330 and the British Airways Dreamliner -10 making their approach into the southern runway. Our next arrival will be the Aer Lingus A321neo. Hop across from Dublin. So as we watch for the Virgin arrival, flight 154 from JFK, we just tick past hour 2 of today's live show. Crazy how quickly it goes by. Once again, a gentle plea from me on behalf of the channel. If you haven't given us a like and you're enjoying the show, please do so. It's very helpful and a great way to support the channel. And of course, it's free. Nice graceful arrival from the Virgin A330. Just a gentle breeze here at Heathrow. Nothing to make any difference to the flight crews as they prepare for touchdown. That's why we're seeing so many smooth arrivals this morning. So StatCam is currently showing a pair of British Airways shuttles. The first coming down from Aberdeen, the second another one from Manchester. And just turning on at the back, number 4 for arrival. British Airways 865 from Budapest.
Good luck, runway 27 left, Eva 10 on 8.
Steve C, thank you as always for your support. It's much appreciated. Have a great day, and I'm sure we'll catch you again. Take care, buddy. Wow, Steve C. You never cease to amaze us here at Heathrow Live. That is so massively generous. £50 super chat. It's, yeah, speechless. You are very, very generous. Thank you. Virtual Airport and plane spotting. Thank you for your commitment. 2 a.m. in Mexico. You go and get some shut-eye. Catch you again. Thank you for joining us. Wow, Steve C, that is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Have a great day. So next to arrive is the shuttle service from Manchester on an A320neo. StatCam is picking up beautifully that turn on right-hand bank from north of the airfield. That is British Airways 761 inbound from Oslo. Little A319. And that is why we have StatCam for those sorts of shots. Amazing. Another turning on, this time from the south with a left-hand bank. That is BA 477 from Barcelona. Absolutely love watching the stack getting populated, especially with the really big stuff. It's amazing just how effortlessly they make that turn. Even more so when you get on occasion where there's the slightest gap between two already in the stack and something will get squeezed in between them. Next arrival then, Lufthansa flight 900 in from Frankfurt. And if we stay with StatCam, we should see Finnair inbound from Helsinki, A350 turning on, that will be from the left. There she comes, right at the bottom of the screen. Awesome stack today at Heathrow. Lufthansa mixing it up for us today with the newer Neo aircraft with the older Lufthansa livery. Next arrival then, as we watch the Finnair A350 on approach. British Airways 761, that's an A319 inbound from Oslo. Number 4 for arrival, having joined behind the Finnair A350, is British Airways flight 593 from Venice. That one, an A321 Neo. Nick Fazy, love the pun. Have a great day at work. Thank you for popping by. It's always nice to have you saying hello in the live chat. Take care. Good morning to you, Ms. Wolves. Welcome along. Happy Sunday to you. We had a lovely time. It's always nice to have a break from the norm, isn't it? Dubai never lets us down. We go there an awful lot. And I was saying earlier how we're already planning for maybe Christmas or New Year. So we'll be back there again before the end of the year. And it splits up the normality of life, doesn't it? So, yeah, thank you. We had a great holiday. Jamie's World, good morning to you. Welcome to Heathrow Live. I hope you're having a great weekend. We haven't had any Malaysian in yet that I can think of. I think one might have come in before we went live. We've had a Singapore 777 live on today's show. Next up then is the Finnair A350-900 from Helsinki, flight 1331. Jamie, I think Jerry is over on the north side today. Beautiful Finnair 350 floating in, effortless, lovely to see. Axis Productions, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Jamie, yeah, I have met Jerry quite a while ago. But of course, we're usually streaming at or around the same sort of time. So, gives people a nice choice, doesn't it? Lambo, appreciate your support. Thank you. Next arrival here on Heathrow Southern Runway, that is runway 27 left. British Airways 593. This is inbound from Venice on an A321 Neo. Next up, another 320. This one the CEO, Dash 200. British Airways 543. That's coming in from Bologna. Just under 2 hours in the air for that one. Following that in, we have the lot Polish Flight 281. That's a 737 MAX 8. Really fortunate to have caught their special liveried Dreamliner when we did our reverse ops show a couple of weeks back. Really nice to see that one. So as we await the arrival of the lot 737 MAX 8, you are looking at Malta Airlines A320, followed by the special liveried Yes to Europe branded Austrian Airlines in from Vienna. Lot Max 8 coming in hot, as they always do. Always trying to catch me out. So a couple of heavies on approach after the Austrian special livery. First of those, United 27, that's coming in from Denver. Dash 9 Dreamliner. Following her in, Virgin 12. That's a 330-900 Neo. That one's coming in from Boston. Now, was that a different livery on the Air Malta? I seem to remember it had loads more colour on the tail previously. Maybe not. What a great sight. Two big hulking heavies getting ever closer to the runway here at Heathrow Airport. Looks super imposing. So the first of the two Heavies, and next to arrive is the United -9 Dreamliner in from Denver. This particular aircraft just 6 years old, and we've got a flight time of 8.5 hours. Hot on the heels of the United Dreamliner is the Virgin 330neo. Two more Heavies in the stack. First of those, American 732, that's coming in from Charlotte, 777-200. And then the British Airways A350, the larger version, the 1000 version. That's under flight number 190 from Austin in Texas. Nearly 9 hours for that British Airways 350. That one was super floaty on arrival. Didn't want to come out the sky, did it? Those wings are just so efficient. You see that quite often with the 330neo and more so with the A350. Next to arrive here on Heathrow Southern Runway, American 732. That is the 777-200 Bruiser coming in from Charlotte. Lambo, yeah, it's a really odd optical illusion, isn't it? All to do with distance from the airport. Crazy to see there. Lovely reverser noise from that 777-200. Thank you, American Airlines. Next, the ever floaty A350-1000, British Airways. That one in from Austin, That's just disappeared off StatCam, which means it's very close to arrival. StatCam, as we look at it now, headed up by Q8 Airways, 777-300 in from Q8 City, and Delta 50, that's a 330-200, and that one's coming in from Salt Lake City. And then back of the stack for now, British Airways Flight 66, that's coming in from Philadelphia, another A350-1000. That's an interesting observation, Lambo, because, yeah, if you look at, we don't see them too often now, do we? But when the flaps are fully deployed on a 747, they are absolutely huge. And the triples have decently large flaps. But yeah, most of the modern stuff, not so much. Jackie Hughes, good morning to you. Welcome to Heathrow Live. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. So just about to disappear to the left of StatCam. That is Delta 50. That's the A330 coming in from Salt Lake City. Taking centre stage, it's British Airways 66. A350 in from Philadelphia. Following that in, we have Virgin 166. That's a Dash 9 Dreamliner from Montego Bay. And bringing up the rear of the stack as it stands, Turkish 1979. That's a big 777-300ER, and that's about to touch down from Istanbul. Plenty of heavy action here at Heathrow. Beautifully noisy reverser action from the Delta. So the A350 next to arrive. A nice full stack of planes on our StatCam. Soon to be joined by yet another heavy. That will be Air Canada 864 with a Dreamliner Dash 9. Awesome, huge wingspan on the A350. We can see the Air Canada has now joined the back of the stack. All heavies for the time being. The next to those is Virgin 166 from Montego Bay. Snowy, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks for joining us here at Heathrow Live for this morning's Southern Runway arrivals action. So our next arrival here on runway 27 left is just disappearing off StatCam, creeping ever closer to touchdown. That is Turkish 1979, nice big 777 300 ER. 3 hours 20 minutes flight time from Istanbul. So the two on your screen, courtesy of StatCam, both followed each other across the Atlantic, both originating in Montreal. Awesome, nice big 777, up close and personal. All game in theatre, good morning to you, checking in from South America, welcome along. So the first of our two back-to-back arrivals from Montreal is British Airways Flight 94. That one, the smallest of the Dreamliner variants, the Dash 8. So as we wait for the second Montreal arrival, courtesy of Air Canada, Statcam, as we look at it, headed up by Vueling, A320 in from Barcelona. Bearing down on that, and much bigger. American 38, that's a 777-300 in from Miami. And number 4 in the queue. Virgin 8, that's an A350-1000, that's coming in from LAX. We may just see number 5 coming from the south, which will be the right of the screen. British Airways also from LAX, 777-300.
Land after 27 left, Canada 8.
Pretty awesome. Overflying the airfield to join the stack. British Airways A380. That one about to end its journey from SFO. Love to see that when they cruise over the top, quite low, but obviously well above everything that's already lined up to land. And our next arrival, less than a minute out, American 38, 777-300 inbound from Miami. A smidge short of 8 hours of flight time for this one.
Turn around, 27 left, runway 38.
Plenty of lovely heavies here at Heathrow, as always. The next one for us to arrive on 27 left. Virgin 8 from LAX. Beautiful A350-1000. Following her in, BA 282, also from LAX. 777-300ER. Fairly young one at 10 years old.
turn left, Virgin right, yeah.
Another A350 using up all the space these super long runways at Heathrow have to offer. Lambo loving the 777-300. There's a lot of love for that particular aircraft, isn't there? Lots of them around as well, so that's good. The park is getting busy, for sure. There were only two of us here when I got here this morning, but it's obviously a Sunday, isn't it? Not everyone's an early riser, so yeah, it's getting busy. Next to arrive, hovering to the left of StatCam's screen, in from Madrid, Iberia A330-300. Less than 2 hours flight time from Spain. And this particular aircraft, 11 years old. Following her in, Lufthansa 902, another Lufthansa inbound from Frankfurt. Very popular route here at Heathrow. And talking of popular routes, another shuttle service on the way in. This one from Glasgow, bringing up the rear. Looking super imposing. King of the skies. That is the A380 that overflew the airfield 10 minutes ago. That one in from San Francisco. Looking awesome on StatCam. Interesting place to drop off. Brilliant. Good old London cabbies. Anywhere's a parking spot. Even at that distance, that 380 dwarfs the two single aisles in front of it, doesn't it? That's probably 5 to 10 miles out from the airport at the moment. No hint of the gear being lowered yet. A very good morning. Welcome to Heathrow Live to all those that have joined us in the last little while. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with us here at Heathrow Live. We are at the world famous amongst the aviation community, Myrtle Avenue, where the planes are so close you feel like you can touch them. The next of those is Lufthansa 902, A320neo, about to touch down from Frankfurt. We can see now the A380 midway through dropping its landing gear. The second set of the main gear dropping now. Looking amazing. We'll stick with the King of the Skies. Follow this one in.
Runway 27 miles, clear launch, Shuttle 7, Juliet.
Oh, absolutely awesome. A380, super close up. Lots of corrections made on final there, so there must be a bit more of a wind picking up at that altitude. Can't feel it on the ground. Still lovely and calm at ground level, but there's clearly a little bit going on there, isn't there? As always, you get a bit more separation after a King in the Skies due to wake turbulence. And the lucky plane following for today's latest A380 arrival is American 728 from Philadelphia. That one, a 787-9 Dreamliner.
Runway 27 left, American 728.
So 3 more on StatCam, the first of which, and our next arrival, is British Airways 98. That's an A350 1000 inbound from Toronto. Following her in, we have another Scandinavian, this time from Stockholm. Also from Stockholm. We've got lots of planes following each other across into Heathrow today, the latest of which, following the Scandinavian, is British Airways 771. Jorge loving the A380, as we all do. It is quite the sight, isn't it? Never quite get used to it. Jackie, it's lovely and warm here. Much warmer than I thought it would be today. Joseph Dixon, good morning to you. Welcome back. Dubai was lovely. You can see from StatCam, we are starting to pick up a bit more of a sustained wind. It was supposed to pick up as the day goes on today, so a little bit more wobble on StatCam because it's focusing at such long range. I'm sure we can handle it. Next in then, Scandinavian 525. This one 2.5 hours from Stockholm on an A320 Neo. XWB Tim, good morning. In the same place at the same time. Lovely day for it, absolutely.
Good man, 27 left, 27 Montreal.
So next to arrive from our little run of narrow bodies, short haul flights, British Airways 879. This one's in from Warsaw. 2 hours 20 minutes in the air for this A320-200. Next to arrive here on Heathrow Southern Runway, sporting the One World livery, British Airways flight 631. It's an A320-200 inbound from Athens. There we can see just departing T4 to head back to Abu Dhabi. King of the Skies, Etihad Airways, looking enormous. That one will be looking to cross the southern runway, wind its way through to 27 right for departure.
Fair play to you. Well done carving out a niche for yourself. Really admire that.
Cheers. Thank you. There we go. Heathrow in a snapshot. One landing, one departing, and one taxiing for takeoff. All in the same shot. Amazing place. So that 380 will continue its taxi for departure. Haven Holidays fan, good morning to you. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for spending some time with us here at Heathrow Live. Glorious day. Bit more cloud popping up due to the moisture in the air. We saw early doors on today's show. Some really awesome trails off of the control surfaces due to the moisture in the air. Mohammed, good morning to you. Welcome along. Haven, you crack on. That's quite late for breakfast, isn't it? Maybe it's just me. Next arrival, Lufthansa 2472. This one an A320neo inbound from Munich, just over an hour and a half for this one. So the last of our little run of short hauls is the next to arrive. That's British Airways 551 inbound from Rome. Taking centre stage on our StatCam is Delta 3. That's an A330neo inbound from New York JFK. Okay, so as we've ticked past hour 3 of today's live show, if you haven't given that like button a little nudge, go on, give it a nudge. It's very helpful for the channel. It helps us get recognised on YouTube amongst all the other aviation shows. So StatCam is picking up United Airlines flight 948 from San Francisco. That is a 777-200. Before that, we've got the 330neo. That Neo looking absolutely stunning in the summer sun. There's a tongue twister for you. Stunning in the summer sun. So the two following are United 777, are a British Airways A320, that's coming in from Lisbon, and then another Aer Lingus from Dublin. Mohammed enjoying the views here from Myrtle Avenue. It's a very popular spot, very well known in aviation circles because of how close the planes come past. Great for photography and of course for live shows as well. Somewhat unique. That's our second United in Star Alliance livery in the same show. And may even park next to each other if the other hasn't gone already. Looming large in the background, at the back of the stack, is British Airways Flight 120. That's a Dash 9 Dreamliner from Cincinnati. Ahead of that, 3 short hauls, headed up by the British Airways A320 inbound from Lisbon.
Left pit lands, US 109 Charlie.
Some lovely light on these planes now that the sun has moved around. Some little bits of cloud cover as well. Next in then, Aer Lingus 156 from Dublin. So as we look on to the Cincinnati inbound Dreamliner from British Airways, ahead of that and next to arrive, Air France 1580 in from Paris on a little A220. "50 is nothing, Lambo. You're as old as you feel."
27 left, clear to land, please, 1.
If you picked up the ATC there, that's a really good example of the margins they work to here at Heathrow to get the aircraft in and out. Clearance to land was 12 seconds before touchdown. Next in, British Airways flight 170. This one's coming in from Pittsburgh on a Dash 8 Dreamliner. 6 hours and 41 minutes of flight time.
Clear land, 27 left, please, 10 left.
Centre stage on StatCam then. Virgin Flight 22, inbound from Washington on an A350 1000. Just deploying the landing gear now. Ahead of that though, we've got Virgin Flight 20 from SFO on a 787-9. Lambo, we're looking at Wednesday evening. It'll be a shortish stream because we're losing daylight at the back end of the day now over here in the UK. David Lutton, good morning to you. Thank you ever so much for your kind comment. It's always nice to have feedback. So thank you. And AV Geek, good morning to you. No 747s on today's show. Okay folks, so we're going to finish today's live show with the A380 arrival from Dallas Fort Worth. That is just south of south of the airport at the moment, looking for a slot to join the stack. So that will be our closeout arrival. We opened with a 380. It seems fitting to close with one as well. And plenty of good stuff in between. Next in though, British Airways flight 675. That's an A320neo, inbound from Istanbul. 3 hours 26 flight time for this 6-year-old airframe. It's amazing how much cloud built up and how quickly. It makes it a lot easier to see what's going on StatCam though. For those that were here very early, the sun was directly in line with the lens of our StatCam camera, making things interesting, shall we say. Next in is a British Airways shuttle, this one in from Edinburgh. 1 hour and 3 minutes of flight time. We're about to see the ultimate aviation little and large. Because centre screen on StatCam is the little E145 from Loganair. That one's coming in from Londonderry. And that is about to get swamped by our closeout aircraft of today, the British Airways A380. You just see it coming. Oh, what a shot through the clouds there. Little and large. That's amazing. It really was the ultimate little and large, wasn't it? Brilliant. Of course, the ERJ 145, quite possibly the smallest of all the commercial aircraft to use Heathrow now. And there's no doubting that the A380 is by far and away the biggest. So as we're just a few seconds away from our last arrival of today's live show, I want to say a massive thank you to all those that have chosen to spend their Sunday morning with us. It's been absolutely fantastic, great weather for it here at Heathrow, and of course the planes haven't disappointed either. A special shout out to the legend that is Steve C for that amazing super chat donation earlier on. Very grateful for that. There we go, folks. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you another live show. I was quite keen to get back out, actually. I had my little holiday. I was having withdrawal symptoms from the live shows. So it's nice to get another one under the belt. As I said a minute ago, we're looking at trying to get out Wednesday, weather permitting. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Consider subscribing, because then you'll know definitely when we're going to go live again. And barring that, I wish you all a really great weekend and a week ahead. We'll catch you again soon. Take care, everybody.